Good morning, this is Vicki.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show. So we thought we'd start with a reading from our book because we've actually been working on our book a bit, and we thought we've got a bit of a theme this morning on self-care. So here I go. Mm. Why do we spend most of our time thinking we are not okay? Too thin, too fat, not smart enough, not funny enough, too talkative, too shy. The list goes on. Fortunately, I grew up in a family, well, this is obviously me talking. Fortunately, I grew up in a family where I developed a pretty resilient sense of self, felt a strong sense of justice and community, and was not afraid to speak out. Having said that, my mum's and grandmother's weight obsession was passed on to me. So even when I was 58 kilos, I still thought I was not thin enough. When I had kids, I was relatively confident in knowing how to look after them. And although I questioned some actions throughout the years, my intuition and decisions appeared to be sound. Then in 2014, a major event shifted my whole world, causing me to question everything about myself. How I'd raised my children, whether I was a good person, was I delusional? And ultimately, what was the point? I developed true empathy for people struggling with their mental strength in dealing with the effects of life. I stopped exercising and ate all the junk food I could find. I didn't want to talk to anyone or to be part of anything. I wanted life to just go away. And then I've got a quote here. An empty lantern provides no light. Self-care is the fuel that allows your light to shine brightly.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Mm. Yes, it's interesting, isn't it, how through life... And I was listening to this lady talking about that we are a certain personality type and that can't be changed. She said it's very rare for, that whatever personality type, it's sort of set. Mm. And, there's no goods and bads about any personality type. But I thought that was interesting. And she said only if you have some huge traumatic incident or a brain injury will that change. And I did wonder if what had happened to me would be seen as because I do feel like there's been a shift. Like I'd say sometimes it feels like my DNA was shifted. But, ultimately I think I'm basically the same. I don't know.
Well, because then there's that whole brain science, neuroplasticity theory, I suppose, although they say it's pretty well fact. Because you during that time or during any time, you would have created different neural pathways.
Yeah.
Which then you needed to unlearn some of that to get back into life. Because I don't know. I mean, I look at myself. I think looking back when I was in my 20s to now, I think I'm a very different person.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think there's a basic.
Yeah.
That's what she's talking about, and I think it's then how you use that basic part of you, and then what you do with that, and that's what. And she was talking a lot about, the things that might be holding you back, and it was interesting because she said, I wish I could remember the lady's name. She said that people that have done a lot of personal development work are actually often sometimes harder to find that because
we've trained ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we're not necessarily doing what comes naturally. We've trained ourselves. But then now that we've trained ourselves, that is coming naturally. So
yes.
I don't know. Interesting theories.
Yes. Now you've got some more here.
Okay. And it says Jo.
Well,
Vicki to read out.
Yes. But it's me again.
It's all about Jo today.
No, I have got Vicki too.
It's about Jo in these 5 minutes. Yes. Okay, so today we had planned to work, but I did not want to work. I did not want to get out of bed. I was feeling very sad due to more family issues going on, and it took all of my positive powers to get to Vicki's. I started by getting out of bed and putting the washing on, even though my head was screaming at me, "No, go back to bed." I showered and washed my hair. Oh, goodness. Thank goodness you showered before you came to me. Then while waiting for the washing to finish, I replied to some emails. Just by working through these simple actions, things got easier. No longer was my head screaming, although it continued to quietly suggest I should stay home. but I also needed an outfit for Friday night's I'm Just a Man gala, and I knew if I didn't shop today, I wouldn't find anything to wear, which would lead to making an excuse to skip the event. Although it seemed hard, deep down I knew I wanted to attend. Once I made it out of the house, I listened to a podcast while driving to the shopping centre. Even going shopping takes an effort. Yeah, I don't like shopping. I don't like how I look and I hate shopping. So I said to myself, you have 1 hour to find something. Yes, Joe, 1 hour, that's it. And then you're out of here. It worked. An hour later, I left it with an outfit for the gala plus some summer clothes to help me feel good about myself. Bottom line, had I not made a commitment to Vicki to work on this book and our radio program, I definitely would have stayed in bed.
Yes, there you go.
There you go. And just the I'm Just a Man gala is coming up, and it's going to be online this year.
Yes. So help out. You know, this is a wonderful event that helps with mental health and suicide, particularly with men. So, very worthwhile event to be a part of. So now I'm going to read what Vicki said.
Okay.
When I was 17, I went to the doctor because I was feeling down. There was stuff going on in my life. My parents were separating and I had just split up with my boyfriend. The doctor prescribed antidepressants, which shocked me, but I decided to take them for a short time and at half the prescribed dose. I figured this may be enough to retrain my brain to feel happy. My benchmark was to feel happy again, sitting in my bedroom. While this was achieved at the time, now I would first try to increase my happiness through diet, exercise and community involvement. But my awareness wasn't there yet. That was all still to be discovered. There you go.
That's
dum,
it.
Dum, dum, dum. But it is very interesting, isn't it, that I mean, you know, we both would not even go down the antidepressant. That's not to say that there are times when for some people that may be what they need for a short length of time, and what you did was perfect because you already knew, okay, maybe I'll take this, give myself time to retrain my brain.
Yeah. Just a bit of relief for
Yeah,
I think it's the long-term stuff. And I'm sure there's many out there, many doctors and health professionals who would say it's not meant for long-term. And it's about a little bit of help while we get back on our feet.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
and the difference diet and exercise and
community.
Yes.
Makes. And we're all different, and we're just sharing our journey, and hopefully something something resonates.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I'm reading a poem.
You can write a poem too if you want.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be good to be able to just go blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
make up a poem on the spot?
Oh, maybe one day we can. We're getting there. We've got a real poetry theme going on.
We do, particularly today.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we have our international resident poet, or is it our resident international poet?
We'll take either.
Oxymoron, really. Yes, okay. So, Adrian, we are looking forward to talking to you in about an hour's time, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Or an hour and 15 minutes. Anyway.
And 30 seconds.
So this is by Michael. So your son, Michael. Yes. So being down and out can seem never-ending, where nothing is positive and doom is impending. The lights all go out and clouds cover the sky, leaving us broken and torn, screaming, why, oh, why? This terrible phenomenon is something we all feel. Over the course of our lives, it feels so real. But without this experience, without these times of sorrow, we have nothing to contrast the positivity of tomorrow. Without the clouds covering the sky, we cannot appreciate when we see birds fly. We cannot understand the true joy of the light if we have never, not once, been alone in the night. So embrace the dark and welcome times of sorrow. It's what makes us human. We are anything but hollow. And remember this, it's the important one. When you witness the magic of life in the sun, and in that moment you're grateful for everyone, it's because you know just what it's like to be sad, to be hurt, to feel life's sharp bite.
Very good.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you.
So, and a quote here, almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Oh, dear. Yes.
Which was so funny because you picked that quote, and then I was looking at something on Facebook. This lady, Vicki Friedman, who's somebody we both know, and she had the exact same quote, and she had a weekend coming up, and it was all about it's the weekend, so it's the perfect time to unwind, unplug, and give yourself permission to invest in you. And I thought, isn't that perfect? We're talking about self-love. And she had a festival on, which unfortunately was last weekend, so don't try and join in because it's a bit late. But you know, she had yoga and boot camp circuit. I might have missed that one. You know, laughing for well-being, managing your boiling point. She had all these amazing things going on over the weekend. So
I think she does them semi-regularly too. So
well, there you go. You can look her up.
Look her up. Yep. Well, we can do a little bit of a shout out on our page.
We can, and I missed one of our songs, but keep talking.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I read out who. So Anne Zammit was the unplug quote, and
Right.
I definitely agree with that. I feel that, you know, when I got to get out into the garden, I unplug and revive.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Joe's distracted.
I am distracted, but I'm not anymore.
You don't want to play one of our songs?
Oh, we can.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.